Welcome, everyone. And also, before we get started, I first want to welcome everybody who made it to the live stream, everybody watching on the replay. Thank you. A huge shout out to our mods. Thank you for everything that you do, both in the chat and in the Discord. And also a forever gratefulness to patrons and channel members. Now, before we get started on all of the good stuff, I do have some housekeeping to take care of.
Yes.
Or we do, really. So I want to party, but before we can get to the fun stuff, we do have to take care of
We'll
this.
celebrate the thing that was mentioned at the beginning of the chat. I will celebrate it. I will make sure. But yes, housekeeping first.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hi.
You muted yourself, Audra. Oh, she has a phone call. Okay. Apologies about that. I was like, technology issues? I don't know what's going on. Yes, I will wait until. Yes, spooky lips. I look very pink in the camera. It's probably because I have a red wig on and I added pink blush, but LGG picked purple and
I will be
green.
right back. I'm so sorry. Apologies. I will be right back.
So the Discord picked purple and green for my look, so I decided to do some spooky lips with purple eyes. Also, if you have a eyeliner that you don't like, use it as a lip liner. It might help your spooky lipsticks that don't always stick to the inner rim of your mouth stick. This is Fenty, the Midnight Wasabi, the Mademoiselle in Midnight Wasabi. And I used a terrible NYX green eyeliner that doesn't stick to my waterline to fill in my lips first so it would stick on nicely. I actually need to add some mascara because I sat down at 15 minutes before we started streaming to get this set up and put makeup on. Oh, welcome, Cecily. I think you're a spooky bae. I'm not sure from here. I'll make sure that Audra sees that. But welcome. If y'all are unfamiliar, we have both Audra and I have membership programs on YouTube along with Patreon. No pressure to join one or both or neither. Just trying it out. Okay, got some navy in the waterline. I'm gonna see what's going on in chat before I dip into mascara. Thank you, Sin. Welcome, everyone. Thank you. My wig is from Glamour Tress. Thank you to Ani, who recommended the site. That's where the 4 new wigs that I've been featuring during Grinchmas have been from. Hello, everyone. I feel all of a sudden on the spot. Welcome, Drew and Kelsey and wait, I'm just catching up. I mean, I will share, but not giving it up. I actually caught it on clearance, so I don't know who else is selling it because Glamour Tress is not selling it anymore. Let's see. Daisy, that is because the Milani, the Stay Put eyeliners that they have that are retractable and super skinny but very creamy make it that easy. Typically, I'm like no. Not, I don't think it's Brisa. Oh, it is a little bit Poison Ivy. I didn't think about that. Oh, yeah, they do have it in other colors, but I was like, I need a red wig. And then, oh, thank you, Sandy and Drew. Oh, thank you. I still love my short hair, but for videos, it's nice to have something to play around with and change up, you know. Ani, I just said your name. I was like, thank you for the, I keep doing that with this the way I keep caressing the hair. Thank you for the website recommendation because I've gotten 4 wigs and I think I love them all. And Sharon is like the most welcoming person in all live streams. Oh, I've had Cheekbone Beauty on my list for a while now, but if I'm being honest, I haven't seen anything that they've released that has like grabbed my attention, but I could be wrong. Like in terms of, I haven't looked in a while. Hi, Latia, welcome. Uh, thank you.
So sorry, y'all.
That's okay. Everything
Apologies.
okay? Was that just
Yes.
the booze delivery?
Yes, because like the call box hasn't been working. And so like I sprinted because I felt like such an asshole. So I like
That's
sprinted out
okay.
there. I'm like,
I was sitting
okay.
here talking wigs and makeup, and I'm gonna put on
Oh,
mascara. Well, actually, let's do the housekeeping, and then I'll do that while we're doing other things. But yeah, we were just talking about wigs and things. But I can actually somebody Lacey gave me a good idea to maybe do a wig tour. So maybe I'll do that
ooh,
rather than answering the questions that I see in the chat right now. So yes,
okay.
housekeeping.
So the housekeeping is LGG is a fabulous and fantastic community filled with wonderful people. You are also loving. You are all so giving, and
So
you welcome
supportive, so
everybody into the
welcoming.
fold. So supportive. But one thing that I want to make sure of, it did come to our attention that another creator had been talked about in a rumor-like fashion in
Yeah,
our chat. Now, I didn't see it when it happened, but there were
didn't either.
screenshots, so I'm very much aware. Emily is very much aware of what was said. And sorry, I'm breathing so hard. But
Take a
here's the
breath. It's
thing
okay.
about this. The thing about this is it's one thing to be talking about something that is well-known drama within the community, and we're all having a conversation, but that still does not leave
And we've
room
opened the
to,
conversation for
yeah, so
this
we've
critical
opened that
perspective.
conversation. But that does not leave room to have rumor or conjecture into a person. We can be talking about the situation, but we're never going to personally attack anyone, let alone another creator on this platform. It is
Totally.
beyond important to me that everyone feel welcome when they come here. I do not ever want to have this happen again. Please, please remember that if you saw somebody trash talking me or having a rumor about me and another live stream, y'all would attack, and I love y'all for it. So let's
Yes.
just make sure we keep this community as kind as we possibly can. And we're very, very lucky that this creator was adult and mature and just came directly to us instead of having it
Yes.
be something that festered and started drama. Because y'all, these rumors, that's how shit gets started. And I don't want to be a part of that. So as we all know, I like to look at mess. I don't want to be in it.
And there is a very big difference between being critical of a creator or creators or a platform in a space on your own than it is bringing it into a live community conversation. That is a very big difference. You can be critical. You can like who you like and dislike who you dislike and change your mind about people. But unless it is a conversation we've started and unless you have things to bring to the table that are factual proof, this is not the space for it. And all of our mods are well aware of this. If you're a mod in the chat and you're just hearing it now, just know that if you see it, call it out,
Yes.
or DM us. But in the moment, if you see it, call it out. It's not something that we're going to allow on either platform. It's not the kind of community that we're building over here. This is not for toxic guru gossiper BS. This is a space that is very welcoming. And yes, we are critical people. We are not gossip mongers.
Fact.
Okay.
All right. And with that done, I would
And of
like to
course,
say,
Deja has
oh, I'm sorry. I just
yes.
wanted to bring this up because I was
Fucking no,
like,
it's okay. Audra hit 8,000 subscribers. Cheering on my
Daisy,
friend.
thank you for letting me know. Hold on again.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Jeez Louise, all of my deliveries. I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought they would be here earlier.
Again, I'm not celebrating with her not here. But just to confirm, as Deja put it, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Uh, yes. And for anyone that's here that is active in the Discord, sometimes we have critical conversations over there. That space is not this space. They are not equivalent. So as I said, if we're having a conversation,
we know shit.
yes, but more importantly, well, I just want to say, if we're having a conversation in the Discord, that doesn't mean it's a space to bring it here. Again, unless we are broaching the topic. But now that is done, Audra hit 8,000 subscribers. Audra is doing huge things in her livemas and getting all the love that she deserves. And I think we should still aim to get her to 10K by 2021. Basically, we're going to be doing some New Year's celebrations on my channel, because that's New Year's Eve is on Thursday, and I want to fucking celebrate Audra hitting 10K.
And also, I want to say hello to everyone. If I haven't said hello to y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get caught up on this chat. So welcome.
I did welcome Cecily because you were out and about, but
yes, and the green lip on Emily is everything. Hello, Kelsey. For those of y'all that don't know, my first creator collabs in the sense of doing a video and then uploading it at the same time was done with Kelsey of Oddly Aquarian. So that was really cool. My first actual inclusion into a collab was Emily. Yeah.
Okay. Also, welcome Sarah, Better Off Red.
Hey, Sarah.
I also wanted to say, yes, manifest that shit. That's why I'm like, Audra, 10K by the end of the year.
Whoop, whoop. I'm really excited. I am sweating. I have under T-tot sweat.
I was like, take a breath. We can start slow.
Running around. I feel like I need to go open my wine, because Jude was calling back. He's like, they rejected your document. I'm like, that's not my problem, bro. I've already paid and I'm 40 years old. Let it go. I cannot help you. I am old enough to have wine. Let it be a thing.
My favorite is just when I know that, yes. Oh, welcome. Yes, congratulations, 8K. I am saying big things. And we're only a week into Livemas, y'all. We're only a week into it.
This is week 2. Don't make it seem, you're gonna stress me out.
We have a full complete week. We have a full complete week. When we still have another. Yeah, I'm stressing too. I'm just saying, but also, yeah. I'm gonna.
I have a directive to open the wine. So listen. Let me get up on that.
Wait,
you guys, okay. This is going to be noisy, but you need one of these, okay? This is an electric wine opener. Kate, if you don't have an electric wine opener, what
Kate
are you doing with your life?
I was going to say, I am delightfully trashy and buy screw top wine. And I say trashy in a nice way. I am going to grab, I think the one booze I have to celebrate, which is a bottle of cider, because I want to celebrate with you. I'll be back.
I am so excited. I am so excited, y'all. Yeah, Kate, get one of these. Look, there's the cork. It's just so simple, so easy, so beautiful and wonderful. I'm not going to drink directly out of the bottle because today I'm pretending that I'm somewhat classy. I actually was just Isabel, it is not. Allie, listen, my auntie put me onto that. Listen, my auntie, she knows what's up. My auntie, hi auntie. If you're watching, auntie, thank you for the electric wine opener. She gave it to me for Christmas. It was a Christmas. 21 is a stupid drinking age. I don't understand. I don't understand why we just don't. It does. It just pops the cork. You don't even have to I'm giving shake weight energy. Oh my God. I remember those things. And I really wanted one so bad. Yeah, that thing is the business. Y'all, once I figured it out, because at first I was doing all kinds of dumb things with it. But once I finally figured it out, I was like, this is life. It is not a shake weight. Yes. Welcome to the good world. Welcome to the good world. Of course, you know what I did? I grabbed the wine and then I didn't grab a bottle because I'm a whole ass mess. I didn't grab a glass. I'm let me.
I almost did that because I was like, I will drink out of the bottle, but it's not my favorite thing to do. Also,
And let's do the drinks well with others glass. I'm having a Cabernet Sauvignon. This one is from Carnivore. I guess it goes well with meat. I don't know.
um,
There we go. So now I'm ready. Finally, y'all. I'm so sorry.
wait,
I'm like a whole ass mess today. I'm very
Bethany,
excited.
I'm going to add links to the chat in just a moment for our memberships. It's basically if you put /join after our YouTube links, that'll work, but I will add the actual links. I just want to cheers my friend on major life celebrations. Okay, I have cider now. And go.
All right. I'm so excited. If anybody has drinks, raise your glass.
Yes.
I feel like I have to say something, but I don't know what to say other than thank every single one of you. Cheers.
I'm just going to say you deserve every one of these subscribers and so many more. You put so much work into your channel. You're an amazing friend and an inspiration. Okay.
Thank you.
Same.
I'm like, thank you.
I was like, oh, if I can get Audra emotional on stream, success.
Listen,
I've won.
We are not crying today because there will be a whole lot of black running because I have on the Midas neon palette.
You
of course, I'm just using the black, but like, and Flower Bomb. Actually, I used one of the
you look amazing.
Shimmer shades. Son, stop making all that noise. So
he's just celebrating with you.
I wanted to talk about celebrity rumors because that actually segues into everything that we're talking about is like rumors and how they get started and how we believe that they're true. So like there was a rumor. We're just going to get started with a whole bang. There was once a rumor that Richard Gere he went to the doctor. And guess what they told him? They said, son, you got a gerbil in your butt.
Also, you can raise any glass you have. I just wanted to say
that. So, and I remember that honestly, I feel like I probably believed that up until I started doing some research into this shit, to be honest. Like I probably still believed it. Like it never occurred to me. Like until I was talking to Emily about it today, I was like, no, we're not doing that. Until somebody said something like, and I was talking to Emily about that today, I really had no clue that I just believed it all this time. Like, I just didn't even think about it. Like, I just thought, and like now it's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, how would you get a gerbil in there? Like, not a live one. Certainly not a live one.
You know, all it reminds me of, because I don't know if I ever heard that rumor, but it reminds me of the SNL sketch that was like Appalachian Emergency Room, where they were always making fun of things that, and now I look back and I'm like, wow, that's kind of really homophobic. I'm just gonna say, I mean, not that it wasn't. I will say I found it really funny in the moment. I also lived close to the Appalachians at the time in North Carolina, so you know there was that. But it reminds me of that, where it's just like weird rumors about things in buttholes.
First of all, no, I know how to protect my space. I Googled celebrity rumors, weird celebrity rumors, because I knew if I Googled certain things, it was gonna, like, I didn't want that on my search history.
Incognito mode is about. That's what incognito mode on Google Chrome is. Like, that's the ticket.
Oh my gosh, look at people who believe it. Like, see, Joanna was like, I totally believe that. Said that's an old one. This is an OG rumor. Thank you. I'm so happy about how many of y'all actually saw that. Like, that was just, and it just went around. And honestly, that was a homophobic thing, because it was like this sly thing that was going around that Richard Gere was actually like secretly gay. And then I feel like that rumor was like I was about to say shoved in, and like that just didn't, I'm sorry. but I feel like that rumor was like put there to
like the humor of like a 5-year-old. So I apologize. Sometimes I laugh at things and then I'm like, that really funny? Okay, maybe it was funny to me. Sorry.
Thank you, James. I actually got this idea
Oh,
from
thank you.
Thorn because Thorn does
The
really good lip.
ombre.
But what I kind of figured out is if I have a liquid lip that I don't necessarily love, I'm just putting it on top of Wicked.
Wicked from House of Uni is just
Wicked
everything.
from House of
And
Uni. I'm like, ugh.
I have done an ombre lip with Wicked and a liquid lipstick that I don't love. And thank you for the compliment. Yes.
It's just so funny, like how many people are like, what?
Wait, Kelsey's jumping ahead of us too.
Yes, so Kelsey, this is the next rumor that I definitely wanted to talk about because there was a whole rumor about Marilyn Manson removing lower ribs to give himself his own job. Now, here's the thing that I started to think about because obviously I'm a weirdo and I started going like, and I began to think to myself, listen, I realized that it would be the upper ribs that you would want to move, not the lower ones. The lower ones aren't keeping you from the bend. It's the upper ones. It's this stuff up here that's making it like, yes, you have a little bit of trouble here, but
there's body differences, especially having boobs versus not having
yeah,
a larger
maybe
chest
not
versus
having,
not having
yeah,
a larger chest.
maybe not
Yeah,
having
because
breasts.
like
I
the
just feel like it
bend.
would have to be the upper ribs to like, because you have to like even like unless it is like 12 inches hard, right? Then I just
jump right in. Or maybe the middle ones. Thorn has a good point. Maybe the middle ones so that you can like bend instead of like you have more space to actually
like
scrunch
somewhere
together.
like because like your rib cage kind of like it down here goes whoop, everybody did, and like the rumors about Marilyn Manson to this day he's coy about that one.
The Marilyn Manson one used to have the boys in 6th grade going brazy.
That one really did. Like that was a rumor that persisted, and even if you ask him now, he will just like not answer the question because he wants to keep the mystique. But I'm like, bro, we all know you're not doing that. Like that. Because let me just say, like, if I could do that to myself, I would never date anyone ever again. Not ever. Not ever. There would be no reason for it.
Sexuality is complex, and sometimes you want more. For some people want more than their own self-satisfaction. I'm not one of those people.
No.
But
because I would know that it was going to be done right. Like, why bother with another person who's going to totally ruin it? Like that's already happening in my real life. Like, ugh, like why be disappointed? Like I can just like not be disappointed. And that's what I'm going for is like no disappointment. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Anyone's walked in all of a sudden. I'm saying this because Day, Legally Black Beauty, just walked in. Hello. And you did a similar thing on my Sunday stream with Tony, the Regular Girl Reviews, where you walked in the middle of a sex story. And I was like, oh, welcome. We're early on this one, but we're talking about Marilyn Manson and the rumor that he removed 2 of his bottom ribs to be able to self-satisfy. We'll say that.
Marilyn Manson is real, but there was also another rumor that went around that he was the boy from Wonder Years, and he's not. Not Fred Savage, his friend. Y'all remember?
As somebody that watched a lot of the Wonder Years, no, I never saw that with the friend.
Well, if you look at them kind of side by side, like he did kind of look like him.
This Avril rumor, yes.
Oh my God.
So Quantum Zeno said, deactivating lurk mode, hi from lurk mode, to share one of my favorite celebrity conspiracies. Avril Lavigne died years ago and her record label replaced her with a lookalike named Melissa.
Yes.
I don't know why it's the name Melissa that got me.
That is a legit, like that. People are still mad about that because that is on this page. Let me see what it says. I'm looking at.
Audra did the research for this episode or this live stream, just to say. I was like, you know what? I am just going to be, I knew some of them, but I'm going to be the bystander going, what?
Yeah, they really did. People were like out in the streets saying that Avril Lavigne was replaced by a clone, and they're like, look at, there's like her skin's better, like she wouldn't take care of her skin,
Like
and
hormones
they're like
aren't
her
a thing.
nose is
Also,
different.
surgery can fix that. But also, I think people underestimate the changes that can happen with hormonal development, with
Yeah.
going through, like, especially if you're a child star or a teenage star, and all of a sudden you hit those puberty moments, and then people are like, they're so different, and I'm like,
Yeah,
that
because she
happens.
wasn't even like a full-grown adult when Skater Boy came out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she was still young. So it was
Yeah,
like she's been married. She hasn't had any kids,
exactly.
thank goodness. But she's not against her. Hold on. Thank goodness, because we know I don't want children. And so anytime somebody doesn't have kids, I'm
Ooh,
like, well, congratulations.
this is a good one for
You
today.
mean
The first pregnancy rumors or the
you
conspiracy.
mean that she was never pregnant?
That it was what is that word? Oh, now I don't remember
Surrogate.
the word. Surrogate.
They
Yes.
said it was a
Yes.
surrogate. Everybody says that Beyonce
Hello.
was never pregnant with her first child. And like that was a whole ass thing. It was rude. Like, I don't know why people, I legitimately don't know why people were like, why would you even scrutinize it? And even if it was, so they do change her
Well,
nose.
I remember seeing this clip that would be replayed at slow motion of, like, I think it was her on the Ellen show. That's a whole other, yeah. Sitting down, and the way her, like, belly flexed or moved, people were like, there's no way she has a baby in there. And I'm just like,
Yes.
yes, the
Like,
buckling belly. And I'm like, I don't know enough about bellies and being pregnant, and I don't want to know, that
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, oh, and even if it was surrogate, yeah.
Well, and
Oh,
here's a
yes,
fun
and this
fact.
was the other part of it, that Beyonce rented out the
Yeah.
whole hospital floor, supposedly, allegedly, so they could sneak in the surrogate, and the bump deflated, allegedly.
And it's thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. Robin sent money. Thank you.
Mhm.
um, so yeah, because
I
here's
love
the
that.
thing. I have seen people be pregnant, like I worked with this one woman, and when I tell you that she didn't even look pregnant until like damn near the middle of the 7th month of her pregnancy. Like then all of a sudden
Wow.
it just went, and like I don't know
Yeah.
what happened, but it just, she was pregnant the whole time. And you just look at her and be like, I don't know. It just kind of looked like she had period belly fat. You know what I'm talking about? Like where you get your, you know what I'm talking about.
It's kinda
So
bloated, but not pregnant.
yeah, just kind of looked bloated. And then like the like 7.5 months in, it just popped and it was like boom. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, I know. And I was like, where did it even come from?
Yeah.
So wait, this is my favorite. I can confidently say that my friend didn't look pregnant until she, thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying. And what was somebody eats it? Current celebrity conspiracies don't hold a candle to the old school. Remember the one where Rod Stewart supposedly overdosed on? Yes. So
What?
that was a rumor. Yes. Yes. And here was
Ah!
the thing. Here's what makes this rumor worse. He overdosed on the amount of man juice that he had and had to have his stomach pumped. And not all of the man juice was human. Again, this really like every time I looked at a lot of
I
these
was
rumors, I realized like how
not
homophobic the 90s were, because any man that was legitimate, like that is any way deemed effeminate in any way, shape, or form, like they were coming out with the
I
weirdest
was not ready
homophobic
for that. I'm
rumors.
sorry. I was not. Even though it's
What?
a rumor, I was not ready for that. I was really not
The,
ready for that.
wait for me to go da 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 da. It wasn't all
It
human.
wasn't all. No, I thought, you know what? I thought we were gonna circle back to the, it wasn't all. Some of it was his, not that it wasn't all human. Okay, okay. I've processed now. I can move forward. But yes, a lot of anyone that was even slightly effeminate, I feel like, as a celebrity, yes,
Yes.
had some
Yes.
shit being said about them, and I'm like, but why?
The David Bowie and Mick Jagger getting caught in bed together. I don't.
That's a lot of people's
Here's what I'm gonna
fantasies.
say. It was the Dancing in the Street video that did it. If you have not had the pleasure of watching the Dancing in the Street video with David Bowie and Mick Jagger, like, I am looking for it right now because I need to I need to drop this in the chat. When this whole thing is over, like, go to it, and then you have to see this video because it is a whole mess. It is a whole, like, I could understand why people would say what they said because this video is ridiculous. Down to like the feet doing like the dancey. It was just a whole thing. So yeah.
Also, David Bowie could do better. Wait, where is that comment? It just disappeared on me. Yeah, I'm okay. Just
yes,
mark that. Wait, I keep the chat. Y'all are fast tonight. It's good.
I know. That's basically the whole plot of Gold Mine, which is, I liked that movie, but not as much as Hedwig and the Angry Inches is like one of the few musicals that I enjoy.
Right, there we go. Okay.
Oh my God. So let me now remember, all of these are rumors that were like in the 90s and whatnot. Yeah, they were they really were. It was like dancing in the streets, and I was like,
"It's the greatest display of white people dancing you've ever seen."
Honey,
that's true. They were. Well, because badass rock stars acting cheesy, there is something about like when a more like edgy persona shows some softness that makes me go,
yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, like there was just like it was just because we had just like kind of gotten off this like weird cusp of things. So it's very interesting that David Bowie did do better because Iman was absolutely is absolutely stunning.
Actual goddess.
I always think that yes.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and I always say like people have died, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, y'all, talking about David Bowie hurts my heart just a little bit. I'm like, just a little bit. Okay. Here was another one that ran around for a while, which was that Angelina Jolie was wearing a vial of blood around her neck when she married like Billy Bob Thornton. And the thing was, she was never wearing like a vial of blood. It was a locket with a smear of blood. So there was like an ounce of truth to it. I'm like, there was like an ounce of truth to
That's funny to me because the blood was still existent, just much less of it.
Yeah, it still existed. It just wasn't like an entire vial. And I remember like, because Angelina has like some weird thing. And I guess like we got a little like freaked out. Ooh, my call box is working. We all got a little bit freaked out by like the way that her and her brother kissed, I guess people did. I don't know. It was fine. All right. I'm glad you had a good break, love.
A vampire, that too. Yes.
Because Angelina just had that like grace and quality that like just where she was just always like, I don't care. And I was like, yeah. She had so many weird rumors.
She had some rumors. There was a lot of weirdness.
But here's the thing that I found so interesting was like how people thought that was so weird. But I've kissed my mother on the lips before. Like, I mean, not like I didn't make out with my mom, but like it was like, bye, I love you. Like it was such a weird, weird thing for people to be upset about. Like I don't feel like they were open mouth kissing. Were they open mouth kissing?
It's for me, I think it comes with the gender differences.
Yes.
I think that's where people went straight into the weird mouth kissing. Well, mouth kissing and because like I don't think I have kissed family on the mouth, but also that it's been a long time, so I don't know.
So here's one of my favorite ones. Thank you. I've kissed my mom on the lips.
Yeah.
Like
Kathleen has a good point. A woman with sexual power will always have society try to put them down with rumors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I have another like personal favorite, which is that
Okay.
Walt Disney is frozen and he
Yes.
is buried underneath
Right.
the Disney park in a hyperbaric chamber until the world needs him again.
Hot take. Nobody ever needs Disney ever again. Walt Disney or the Disney.
Hot take correct. Okay, I'm gonna check it.
I have to do some camera adjustments. Sorry, y'all. I realize I'm frozen.
Yeah, I'm doing like, I'm over here grabbing, I'm getting food and I'm doing all of these weird things and I'm so sorry. Like, no, not on the lips of my family, do you? I just do. Like, oh, there's soup. I'm not gonna eat the soup because last time I ate the soup, I belched so loud. It came from like the bottom of my soul and I would like to apologize again for that. For all of those that I offended with my hardcore burp. But yeah, I have like, has anybody else heard the one about Disney, or is that like just a me thing? Like, I'm just asking for me. Because it was like him and Michael Jackson also, who isn't frozen? Isabel, who isn't frozen?
Oh, I'm gonna pop in and back out. I'll be back.
That's fine because everybody's like like you are frozen in the most beautiful way. It's so cute. Like I'm done. Like cryogenics, sir. That thing was like a whole mood, and it always made me laugh. Oh my gosh. See, I'm glad to see that other people heard this because that was like assumed as fact, like forever. And people were like, no, he's like under here. And it's like, why would, of all things, like if I'm going to be frozen and then like I want to come back, like why would I want to be like underneath a theme park? That seems like a weird, oh my gosh, Peppy said. Audra, I am in the butt of the world, South America, and I have heard this rumor. Okay, then I feel fine. Then I feel fine. So no, wait, you heard it's just the head? Oh my God. No, it's like his whole body. Like it's all of him. He's supposed to want to come back in time. Like when it's time appropriate for him to come back. And MJ had the same one, that he slept in a hyperbaric chamber because of whatever he was doing to his skin or like his plastic surgeries. I can't remember. There were so many. Futurama do be knowing. Futurama really does, because that was just so weird. You don't know. Yeah, he's allegedly he's under the theme park. Like that's apparently where he wanted to be. What was the point in saving his head? How is he supposed to come back? Like, well, actually, Futurama. Never mind, Ani, you're right. And the reason that they made the movie Frozen was so that they could bury search results for Disney being frozen. I'm done with the world. This is Terrence Williams Designs. Terrence Williams Designs. Let me actually link that right quick because he just did the damn thing. And I waited for a long time because I was very specific on what I wanted. So please don't get mad at me.
Switch to my webcam, my laptop camera. So I don't know what's going on. I think the internet is interneting right now. Okay.
You know what though? Like, oh no, that's not it. How did I? Okay, well, I can't find Terrence.
Oh, Terrence.
Oh, there it is.
I found it. Is that what you're wearing? It's so cute.
It took me forever. So here's the reason that it took me so long. copy link, and I'm also going to paste it in a couple places. The reason it took me so long to get one is because y'all know, like I'm the dark queen, and so I like a lot of his are very like bright and colorful and like pretty, and I'm like, that's not my life. Yeah. So
You're like,
I waited.
I respect your talent, but it's not my style. I feel that way a lot of times when I find people like great designers, but sometimes I'm like, oh, this is just not quite me.
Yeah, and that was like the whole thing. So wait.
Wait, the spice. What? You see how I caught that too, even though I'm like trying to rearrange my laptop real quick so I can have better angle. And I'm just like, what? What?
I am
Excuse
literally
me?
done with life right now. I'm so done with life right now because like I'm finished.
Like, what
I'm
is
finished.
going
Stop.
on?
Like everything's over because like did you just say
No.
that? The Spice Girls
No.
movie was a documentary. I cannot with you, Daisy. Please tell me that you're kidding.
That is
like my
so
feelings
good.
are getting hurt.
That's better than nothing. Oh.
So sorry. Mm-mm-mm.
This, after Disney's death, many rumors were spreading that Disney's body was cryogenically frozen and that his frozen corpse was stored beneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland.
They're like rumors about that man, or just like
Disney is weird. Disney is a weird, like a whole weird presence on this planet, I'm gonna say.
really it is. You know what? You're right. It was
Like
a whole
all
weird
of it.
deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another one. Did y'all
Yeah.
know that there was a rumor that says You Oughta Know was about Dave Coulier?
Yes. Yes. From Full House. Cut it out. I will never not remember that part.
He said a long time, like rumors spread, and 10 years later, he said that he didn't want to be the a-hole guy in the song that the song is actually about. So maybe we'll never know who You Oughta Know is about.
Interesting. The energy of You Oughta Know, though. Wow.
When you sing that song, you have to have all of the attitude in the world.
Yes. It was like,
I have to be in
I
a
think
mood to sing it.
That framed out a lot of my like general distrust of men.
Listen.
Like from a very young age, because my adoration of Alanis Morissette was and still is strong.
Yes. Because listen, actually, I would actually probably be able to sing it right now, but like not like right now, but like because I mean I have that energy because of what happened with New York, and it's just like, and you're not, and every time you scratch your nails down someone else's back, I hope you feel it. You know, like that whole like angry like. Thank you.
And see, I always had that kind of anger towards that group of people, even if I haven't had an experience specifically about Dave Coulier. Yeah.
I actually, it does make sense, like, because she was kind of like, maybe it was about Ryan Reynolds.
Wait, what was?
She dated Ryan Reynolds at one point or another.
Oh, I thought you said like she did a song about Ryan Reynolds. But yeah, maybe they do have a similar, I mean, I guess a similar vibe.
That was a weird dating pair because they kind of looked related. Nobody at me. They kind of looked related.
But that happens with a lot of couples. I've realized that like that's a phenomenon that's an actual real thing. People date people that they like. People date people they look like. It's real. You can like see. There's like I feel like there's lots of things out there that are like, are they married or are they related?
See,
and that would
reason
not
for me
be
to
for
know.
me.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that energy at all. That energy just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Because there are plenty of fat people that I do find attractive, but I don't necessarily think that I've like have found people that look like me that I'm like, yes. Like,
wait,
it's different. Like fat.
They were married. So that means Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds' third wife.
Wait, Alanis and Ryan Reynolds were married?
If they were married, then that does make Blake Lively his third wife.
Which is fine. I mean, doesn't make a
Not if you
difference to me, but
plantation, it don't. Anyway.
well, there are other issues with that couple besides being the third marriage. That's for damn sure.
Oh gosh. See, here's the thing. This is why, you know what? South Asian man. I'm going to end up with a South Asian man to avoid any way that we could look like brother and sister. I don't want that in my life.
Oh, they were engaged. No worries, no need to apologize. Engaged. Interesting.
That is another one. It has gone around for so long because basically they used to say Chloe, which is mean, by the way. They used to call Chloe the ugly Kardashian, which is really fucked up.
Used to? I still think. Oh, you mean like within the family or like people? Because I still see people saying that shit. Oh, I still see it.
Not she. That's mean. She's like.
People are assholes.
She's so pretty.
I'm like, you are just
like out of all them Kardashians, she's like the only one that I even think is like remotely attractive, which is weird, I guess. But like she's the only one that I thought was remotely attractive. And everybody kept saying because she didn't look like him and like the rest of them that she was OJ's kid.
How? Okay, I was gonna ask how had never heard that, but that's because I have actively avoided listening to anything about the Kardashians in my life if I can.
Yeah, most of us with sense.
Kind of fucking weird. But I don't think I understand the possible relationship that could have come. But I guess because he was OJ's lawyer, and so if they were in the same room, okay.
It's that mailman. It's the milkman mailman.
Yeah. That's fucking weird. And like I think rumors about like so and so not looking like their parents so they're a product of an affair or whatever are just all really fucking weird, because I'm just like, again, weird. Genetics can behave in a whole host of ways that most of us don't understand.
Yes, like how two stupidly attractive people can maybe not have what people would consider a traditionally attractive child. Like you would have two people who were just so attractive, and then you know, everyone's like, what happened? I'm like, genetics. Like genes are recessive.
Things skip generations, and also like two people that are very average or what I would say are less attractive can have a child that is just like absolutely stunning, and you're like, I don't understand that, but I'm also not going to sit here and be like, well, you must not be genetically related.
I'm getting some of the tea. People said she also said she wasn't wrong because she was the only kid with blonde hair growing up. See?
Always some shit.
Yeah, these people are mean. That's mean as shit. Like, what a bunch of assholes.
Seriously.
That one I'm not going to do because that deals with her having been a minor. I'm like, there was the ever persistent rumor that this one's a conspiracy theory, but there's the that Courtney Love is the one who ended Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah,
and that was like, I don't believe that, but the reason I don't believe it is because I think that if she did that to help her career or whatever, that doesn't make sense because she's been broken since it happened.
I mean, I do agree with you there, but I also think that also grief is fucking weird, and sometimes you don't understand how it's going to affect you. I don't believe that conspiracy, but I also think that just because of the way a person has been reacting since then doesn't necessarily mean that it correlates with actions before that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, that's exactly why I say it. Like, I don't think she did that because like, even when she had her like Ed, what was his name? That actor who was in all of the movies, that helped you.
I don't know. Ed. Okay. I actually don't care. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to try to
What's his
guess because
name,
I don't.
y'all?
Is it Ed
Ed.
Norton? That's the only Ed I
Ed
know.
Norton. Thank you. There you go.
Oh, okay.
You weren't even going to
But,
try, and
but
you
the thing
won
is, I actively
anyway.
don't care. You can talk about any actor, and I'm like, yeah, that person.
But Ed Norton, like she
It
had
doesn't
this whole
affect
like
my perception of the story. Sorry.
revival where she was in the People versus Larry Flint, and
Yeah.
it was very exciting. Here, do you want some peas? Okay. And she was like dating Ed Norton for a really long time, and then they just broke up. And whatever happened to Ed Norton? Does anybody know? I feel like he was a douchebag. I feel like he was a real life.
I think
douchebag.
he is. Well, Teresa has one of her story times is about being on the plane with Ed Norton. So yes, he's a douchebag.
Right. Yeah, she did do that.
What I
Go
was
ahead.
just saying that like what I was saying is that again, I don't believe that rumor, but I believe that somebody could theoretically make a decision, not like ending a life is a small decision, but they could make a decision thinking it's going to do one thing for them, and then the whole opposite thing happens mentally in terms of grief and processing and everything. So like I could see both sides of that happening. Like, yeah, she has been torn up ever since, so she probably didn't do it, but also things can just change and you can be like, I'm making the right decision, and then everything tells you after it happened, no, that was the worst decision. But yeah, Ed Norton is an asshole is the summary of the situation. He's just generally an asshole.
Dan. Oh, make me over. Everybody loves that. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking at another
what
one.
Are we wedding? What are we wedding at, Isabel? Oh. Ted Cruz being the Zodiac killer.
Wow, that makes sense though. Like, I'm like, that makes sense. I'm over here like going into detail.
You just went like, yeah. Like, that makes sense.
It like really hurts my feelings that I was like going into detail about like why I think Courtney Love didn't kill Kurt Cobain, and then I was like, Ted Cruz could potentially be the Zodiac killer. I'm like, yeah.
That's interesting. Sarah said the "you're wrong about" podcast has made me question everything I know. And I think she said earlier that they did an episode about, I think, Courtney and Kirk. But also, that's the other part of it is he doesn't have to be the Zodiac killer to be evil. Which he is. Yeah. So I think it's interesting when these stories get spun to try to excuse someone's bad behaviors. And I'm like, no, they're just a person. Okay. You had another one though. What's next?
No, so the other one I have, and I remember this and I believed it, that while she was still singing with the Fugees, Lauryn Hill supposedly said, I would rather die than have a white person buy one of my albums during an MTV interview. So many people believe that. However, there's no tape.
Really?
There's no tape.
I don't think I ever heard that. Or I forgot that if I heard it.
That was actually one of the things that like made people feel a certain type of way about Lauryn Hill because of her supposedly saying that. It's the same way like Tommy Hilfiger got that whole thing where they were saying that he said if he had known that Black people were going to wear his clothes, he wouldn't have made them or whatever, which wasn't true. I'm not saying he's not racist. I'm saying he did not say that because it is because of Black rappers that he was able to get where he got. And in fact, his marketing campaign, utilizing the hip hop culture and how it was like big. I honestly think that it was like Calvin Klein. This is a conspiracy. I think it was Calvin Klein and his people who put that into place because they were like kind of falling out of favor with the whole heroin chic and all of that going on. And people were like, heroin is not chic, bro. And also their jeans were terrible. Like they were so much money. In today's standards, those jeans would be, I think, $168, something ridiculous. But back then they were like $89. And the thing was, Tommy Hilfiger had kind of figured out how to like utilize media in a way that other designers hadn't for like mainstream media.
Figure out
like
how to pander.
Yes.
away. I'm sorry to cut you off and be like,
Mhm.
this is my simple hot take. But no,
Yes,
if
no,
you're
you're
like
right.
he was actively pandering and growing his market in that way. And so designers that were like, oh, but I have a certain aesthetic that I don't change from. And this person has lowered themselves to pander to what's
Yeah,
popular and needs to get taken down. Like that's what that reads to me. Is very much like I'm a creative soul that would never like put my clothing in like the normal people's hands or
yeah.
popular like actively popular people's hands. We're like underground, undercurrent. And I'm like, you're a designer. You're not undercurrent. You're not underground. Like,
Well, here's
you're
the deal.
charging too much money for clothes. You're not underground.
Isabel was asking, how did that even happen? The 90s were wild, all right? And
Yes.
internet wasn't like it is today, where you could just be like, did so and so, and then Google finishes the rest of the sentence for you, and you're like, there we go, the answers, right? Like then you had to like the internet just wasn't, it was the wild, wild west, the internet was.
If it even was
And
existent
somebody
at that
could
time, or
literally
if you had
just
access
say,
to it.
yeah, because like everybody didn't have it and it wasn't in all the schools. So like somebody could literally just say, which is what happened with Tommy Hilfiger and a few other people, that people said that they were on Oprah and they were never even on Oprah's show, and that they heard da 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 da. And you would think like, oh, well, why wouldn't people just know that? Well, reruns weren't the thing that they are now either. So like
Yeah.
she was still actively making shows. So like you just assume that you missed the show, you know?
Yeah.
Isabel, we sang seamlessly from untrue rumors to alleged conspiracies. Yes, like Gail and Oprah.
Yeah. Yes.
That one went forever.
Also, I'm sorry that my camera lighting keeps going in and out, in and out. It's
That's okay.
bothering
We
me.
ain't
So
mad.
I'm sorry. I don't know, for anyone that's watching, if that's bothering you, I see it too. I'm trying to, I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Oh, Ali says it like really succinctly. It wasn't even
Yes.
the internet back then, it was tabloid culture. That's what it
Yeah, like
was. And I think that's
National
what changed
Enquirer.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like magazines would just come out with like splashy headlines like Tommy Hilfiger, more like Tommy Hilton. Like that's really what was going on with
Oh,
that.
ew. That just made every bit of me just go, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Like,
Listen,
no.
yeah, like today, like T is saying, yeah, you couldn't just vet anything instantaneously on your phone. You just didn't know. Like you, like that was the thing about the 90s. Like you legitimately
You just didn't
just didn't know
know.
shit. Like y'all, think about it this way. Today, you'll be watching a movie and you'll go, isn't that, weren't they in that one movie, you know, with so and so? And then they were dancing. And now you can just be like, that movie with the dancing and the frogs. And it'll pop up. It'll say exactly what movie it is. And then you'll see the
I don't know why.
actor. And then it'll be like that actor. And you'll be like, that's exactly what I thought it was. Back then, 3 weeks would pass. Okay. And then you would be like, Julia Roberts out loud. We had in the 90s, there were weird random outbursts. Weeks later, just random outbursts
Yes.
of things. And nobody knew when to expect, but you got used to them happening because this happened to everybody all the time. You'd be like, "Oh yeah, I saw that on that show, I saw it." And then 2 months later, you'll be like, "Maury, I saw it on Maury," and everybody's like, "What are you talking about? It's been
Like,
months. What are you talking
it.
about?"
Also, Jamie makes a good point that I have to agree with. Gail and Oprah always made me mad. I'm super close with a couple of my best friends, and that doesn't mean we're banging. I mean, I have a whole video on like why platonic relationships have kept more of a single long term, and I still agree with that. And now I think about how much I was like, yeah, they must be, because like you can't be gay and rich and popular. And I mean, I still think that that's maybe
Oprah
holds
could have
true,
done whatever the
especially
hell she
at that
wanted to.
time. But yeah, but also the intimacy that she has with a close friend doesn't mean that they're fucking. Also, Legally Black Beauty has a good one for right now. The current rumor confusing me the most is that Tory Lanez didn't shoot Meg in the foot.
He did.
I like how you're just like, he did.
He did. And you look at these rumors to kind of segue into some real ass shit. When you look at these rumors, you look at how they are used to demean people, right? Thank you, Ani. Thank you,
Folks would have fake
because
friendships and it shows. Thank
it
you.
does
Okay.
show. Fuck yeah, it shows. Because like you look at this, you look at like men who had friendships. It was like, oh, they're obviously together. Men who didn't hold to like the standard of like maleness. Then like
Yes.
rumors, like weird homophobic rumors came out about them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really start looking at that, like women who were powerful, Oprah was a very, and currently continues to be, very powerful Black woman. What did they do? Like a rumor comes out that her and Gail are allegedly lovers, even though she's been with Stedman forever. And they're like, yeah, but we don't ever see Stedman anywhere. I'm like, did y'all think that like maybe Stedman just didn't want to be in the limelight? Like, is that a thing? Can people want that? Oh, I'm so sorry. But like, it just, if you look at a lot of these rumors, they're all like, I feel like a lot of them are weaponized against female strength. And that is like a feminine energy strength. Listen, Deja, because these folks will do anything to like decry a Black woman. And that fucking includes going hard for Tory Lanez.
Yes, because it means going against a Black woman.
If they can go up against a Black woman, then they gonna do it.
This was the whole, it was one big rumor that he was gay, or some people say he didn't exist, which I'm just like, whatever. And that Oprah was gay with Gail. And I'm like,
yeah.
Partners can want to stay private and friends can be intimate and not like sexually intimate. Yeah. And also a lot of this, there's a lot of bi erasure. It's still happening. Mm-hmm. You could only be straight, you could only be gay. Yeah.
Yes, Gabby. Yeah. Homophobia was high tides in the 90s, like in 2000s. It was like, here's the thing that's hard too, because even movies that I kind of like to go back and watch, their use of the R word and of the F word that rhymes with hag, it like stings now. Like I physically recoil when the word is used. I'm like, ugh. Because I just, it's weird to think that there was a time when using that word or any of those words were just okay. And you didn't think about the impact that it could have on anybody or anything like that. But like, thank you. T, now that I think about it, like 50% of celeb rumors are just homophobia.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and that's the thing, is people can stay private if they want to. Okay, an example that feels relevant is that I don't feel like I've ever seen RuPaul's husband in the limelight. Are people saying, where's your husband? He must not be real. They must not be real. This must not be fake. Mm-hmm. It's like
Denzel Washington and his wife, he keeps that very, very private. Robert De Niro is very private about his relationships with Black women.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let y'all know that like he likes the Black girls. I'm just saying it in case.
I actually didn't know that, but okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is there was a moment way back in the 90s when I was like probably 17. I was like, Robert De Niro likes Black chicks. And somebody was like, what? And I'm like, he just does. And then it was proven true later. I just felt like I felt that like I like Black chick energy from him. So like it was just.
Effie has summed it up. Conspiracy theories and rumors, homophobia, transphobia, anti-Semitism. Pretty much.
Because like, what was the other? Oh, here was my favorite one. Okay. Y'all remember Vanilla Ice? Dun, dun, his explanation. Theirs goes dun 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 dun, and mine goes dun 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 dun. And what the fuck is he doing here? Anyways, he was trying to explain the difference between his song and the iconic Under Pressure. Anyway, do y'all remember that he had been going around since he'd been talking about VH1's Behind the Music, and he said that Suge Knight threatened to drop him out of a window if he didn't sign over the publishing rights to the song. Like Vanilla Ice said that. I mean, Robert Van Winkle, whatever we're going to call him. He said that, and it
Vanilla
has
Ice.
been
Okay.
mostly debunked. Do y'all
And
remember
I
those
don't
rumors about?
remember that.
You don't remember the rumors about Bobby D. Love? Thank you.
No, sorry. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the Vanilla Ice rumors and the Suge Knight rumors, even though I was
Yes,
following a lot of that hip hop.
because
Oh,
Vanilla Ice
maybe I
went on. He
knew, but I didn't
alleged
realize
that.
it was Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, because he alleged like Suge Knight put him up to all this stuff and took all his money, and that's why he was a Baroque. It couldn't have been all them ugly ass rhinestone jackets he was wearing, could it? I'm sorry, that was mean. That was
Or
mean.
your copied song that like everybody was like, okay, yeah. Oh. I like how JB says, but it also tracks. And I'm just like,
Thank you. It
maybe
does
that's why
track.
it didn't feel like
I'm
a
still
rumor.
I am not letting that rumor go because Suge Knight was scary.
Tommy Lee White.
You are right.
Very well said. Very
that is
well
totally
said.
true. Let's see. I have a few more. Let me see if I haven't. We already talked about this, that Tupac isn't dead.
Yes.
Y'all, he's gone. I'm sorry. Like, may he rest in peace, but
yeah,
he's definitely gone. Because here's the reason that everybody would say that he was alive, in case you didn't know, Emily. They're like, Tupac's still putting out albums. He's been dead 10 years. I'm like, y'all don't know how a studio works?
No. Like, people that's the thing is I never understood that rumor, because I'm like, people make all kinds of songs. They make tracks on tracks on tracks and they don't release them all. A lot of them get cut from albums for not being good enough. But once a person is gone and there's no other content, no other music to be released, why not release everything that's been hidden away and not released? Like it's like basic brain power was not at play. I'm just gonna say.
It's about that Tupac's in Brazil. I cannot. She was scurry. He was scurry. Like,
yeah.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. Yes. Listen, there were so many weird rumors about Janet too, and I can't remember all of them. That I already did the Richard Gere one. Oh, here was another one. One of my favorite ones of all time was the one about Mr. Rogers. People went out of their way to say that Mr. Rogers was a Navy SEAL and he had full sleeves on his arms, and that is why he always wore long sleeve sweaters. Neither of these things were true.
And then Dog Brain Cats Can just said something similar about Dolly allegedly being covered in tattoos, and that's why she's always very covered up. I'm like, but very covered up. She wears revealing tops all the what?
Just the teeth.
She's not very covered up. No. I mean, even if she was covered in tattoos, it doesn't change how I feel about her, which is very positive. But that's funny about Mr. Rogers.
You were right. There was one that Michael Jackson was. That's why they did that song together. Makes me want to scream. Makes me want to scream. That's why they did that song together.
So many bad Michael rumors, like real bad. Yeah.
Wait, Mindy said, does anyone know a Tupac song that is about a crazy bitch named Charlotte? I cannot find the song. I'm like, yo, Google. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist on that one. Yes, everybody, like, I believed in Mr. Rogers thing. I was like, oh my God, Mr. Rogers is badass. And it was like, no.
I mean, I think he's badass in terms of the human that he is. Yeah.
Elise, what? I'm the foolishness? Mr. Rogers, though? Yes, Mr. Rogers. Like, there were rumors, like, all around. Like, it was just, I believed that to be fact. I believed it. And since in honor of J-Lo coming out with her skincare line.
Oh, that
one of my favorites about J-Lo is that her ass is insured. Her ass was insured. It wasn't.
Well, but I had to question that because there is actual people that insure body parts.
Yes, but she never insured her ass.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. There was a weird amount of fascination about J-Lo's ass.
It was really creepy. Do you know what I mean? Like the creep level factor on like everybody trying to like understand her. I'm like, She just has an ass. Like, why are we doing this?
Oh, T has a good one to add to the conversation, and I feel like I heard that too. Going back to the Marilyn Manson rumor, I think there was a rumor that
Right.
Dennis Rodman could do that naturally, no ribs removed. You know what's so interesting with both Marilyn Manson and somebody like Dennis Rodman? Because I said this to Audra before we streamed. I was like, I think there was this really big fascination as to why this weird person was even popular. And so things were coming out to make them framed as like a bad weird, like so that people that like them would all of a sudden not like them. And I'm like, if people are a fan of a Marilyn Manson or Dennis Rodman or whatever type, like I feel like they see through these bullshit rumors, or they're like, okay, cool, enjoy it. Like they're not judgmental in that way. That's my hot take on that.
Yeah, I mean, so and here's the other thing too, because it's funny that you bring up Dennis Rodman, and here's why it's funny, because for no reason other than I was randomly watching Alien versus Predator, and I thought to myself, they could have saved a lot of money on the prosthetics for the Predator if they just used Dennis Rodman. Listen, let's not make me. Look, I am not listen. Rodman gets on my nerves, my last nerve. He just does the most annoying things known to man. Do you want more peas? Can you sit? Sit, or you get no peas.
But and this is interesting because Olivia said that JLo's ass and legs were insured. So I don't know. I didn't do the research myself, but then
Tina's legs, Tina Turner, I think her legs were insured, but JLo did not have her ass insured. I'm like, her ass insured. And like my favorite ones are just like the weird ones where they say like a celebrity died and it's like, and then they came back as a clone, and you're just always like, I'm so confused. Why would that be a thing? And like nobody has an answer. You're just like, I'm just asking, like, why?
It's weird because Business Insider lists JLo's insurance a $27 million policy on her ass, but their source is no longer online. So I'm just like, you're Business Insider talking about this stuff, and you don't actually have a real source there.
Yeah, there's no real source on that situation. Like Tina Turner, I believe, has said, like, yes, you're goddamn right, my legs are insured, and like, okay. And then no more peas. Sorry, y'all. Like I gave him a couple of peas, and now he's all like, I want more peas.
It started out in the Sun in London and the New York Post in 1999.
Yes.
Huh. And she denied it most recently, it looks like, on Carpool Karaoke in 2016 with James Corden.
She came back out again and said, like, it has not been done. Thank you. Have a good time. Yes. That's not how she said it, by the way. That's not how she said it. But like, yeah. Because she can't sing like I can. So, moving on.
I would agree. Like Turner's legs, magic.
Do y'all remember the rumors about Halle Berry and her sixth toe, though? Like that she had 6 toes on each foot, and so she had 12 toes. It was a whole thing.
I think people see a pretty person. I'm gonna say, especially if you're a black or a biracial pretty person, and they're like, we have to do something to bring these people down. We must knock them off their pedestal. They have 6 toes. It's like, what?
Yeah. People said Tom Jones insured his chest hair. Like, it's not unusual. Like that Tom Jones. What?
Yeah. Also,
and then again, go ahead.
Oh, no. I just thought this comment was interesting from Olivia. That 2 men like Dennis and Marilyn who presented as gender nonconforming had the same rumor attached to them. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Yes.
And what's interesting about that, them having that rumor, is it's like, but like, does that make y'all jealous?
That's what I thought a lot, because I was like, you see people that again are societally not conforming, and you're just like, again, we have to stop that. We have to end that. Let's shame
Yeah.
them. And they're like, okay, like,
Because there's like several rumors about like strong women who didn't take any
yeah.
shit, perhaps being male. So they did that with Grace Jones. They did that with Jamie Lee Curtis. They assumed
Oh
that they said
yeah.
like Lady Gaga was a hermaphrodite. So what we're gonna say here is if you are a black woman or a man not conforming to the rules of masculinity, there are definitely going to be some really weird, shitty rumors out there about you. No, I don't have anything for you. You're not getting any more peas, and you better get down. Um, he's in this
No,
like
that is
little
really
mood.
interesting to think about that in terms of like all of
Or
the
if you're a person
layers.
of color, just generally, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really interesting take on not take, but like perspective on that, because that's why I was so excited to have this conversation, because I was like, I might not have as much of the actual reference points for these conspiracies, but I bet we can like discover some things while talking about it. And that's what we did. We discovered that like so many of these rumors or these conspiracies were based on, again, homophobia, racism, sexism, misogyny.
Yeah. Like there was a
uh
lot of like no, Bowie had one that he was bisexual, Isabel. People said that Bowie was bisexual. Whether we knew or not, we don't know. Like people said that about George. What's his name? George.
George
It was
Michael.
his name. George Michael. Thank you. I appreciate you.
And so hashtag Human, great name by the way, says, my question is, who cares? What effect would that even have on you if it was true? The problem is that other people care. A lot of
Yes.
people, not a lot of people within, I would say within our community, within the LGBT community, are these types of people, but the same people that still read tabloids or follow pieces of shit like Perez Hilton, or all of these people that make their money, make their living off of this kind of stuff, the TMZ watchers, all of that, they care. And so unfortunately, the like mass market population thinking weird or ill of you can affect your ability to grow and prosper as a person.
Yes, and the other thing too is it filters down into we'll leave with this kind of stuff, but it
Yes.
filters down to us regular everyday folk, right? Because who here as a woman, like I've had people assume that I'm a man. I have had people in
Mm-hmm.
conversations be like say that I'm trans and I'm not. And the reason that I even say that is because I'm like, first of all, I'm not, and there's no shame in their being trans. And I'm very annoyed
Yeah.
that you're trying to use that to like make me feel small and belittle me as a black woman while
Yeah.
also simultaneously belittling trans people. So what it does is it puts people in a position to vehemently deny something. And the more that you deny it, the more people believe that it's true. So it's like
Yes.
there's rumors that become almost impossible to get away from. So if somebody says to me like, oh, Audra's really a man, and people keep saying it, I either have to just go along with it, even if it bothers me, because, and the reasons behind why it bothers me don't matter. I either just have to
Yeah.
go along with it and laugh or joke, or I have to try to deny it. And if I deny it, people are going to believe it anyway. If I just go along with it, the people who wanted to believe it are going to believe it. But the people who
Yeah.
realize that like I understand or like get how this game is played, they're going to
Yes.
get like why that happens.
Because,
So that's why these things are an issue.
yes, because people with power, somebody like Lady Gaga who can say so what, they have the power and the money to keep just doing whatever they want to do. Whereas for everyone else that continues to basically promote and encourage transphobia, racism, sexism, misogyny, all of the isms that we're working so hard to try to make less powerful in this planet, and all of these rumors from big celebrities to just people as a whole, it just keeps encouraging that.
Yeah, because for me, one of the important reasons that I try to discourage people from calling people trans is because I know what they're trying to do. especially as
Yes.
a Black woman. I'm very much aware of what they're trying to do in that situation. They are trying to take down two groups at one time. And they know exactly what they're doing when they do that, especially to Black women. They know what they're doing because, again, they know that a Black woman having to defend that is also going to have to defend why there's nothing wrong with being trans. And both of those things are going to end up muddying the argument for either one, right? Her saying, well, I'm not trans and there's nothing wrong with being trans, and like it just gets muddied, and like nobody wants to listen to the explanation. Nobody wants to listen to anything. They're just very easy to just be like, whatever, trans. And you're like, that's,
yeah,
I see what you're doing. You're trying to like divide and to like just muddy the waters. It's much like whataboutisms and all of that stuff. So rumors in general, I think it's funny because to go back and look at these rumors and realize like how many of these I thought were true. I thought the Tommy Hilfiger one was true. I thought the Richard Gere one was true until I re-looked at it and I was like, oh wait, that doesn't make any freaking fracking sense. Like I'm a moron for having believed that, right? Like obviously I'm a moron for believing that, but
and almost promoting it too. Like I had a similar reaction tonight when we started talking about the Gayle and Oprah thing, where I'm like, oh hell, like I fed into that, like that whole thing, and that's so opposite of who I am now and how I feel about relationships now, and how easy it can be, even if you're not actively promoting it anymore. You haven't actively been like, no, I don't. This is not true.
Yeah.
And there's a difference.
And thank you.
There's a difference. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes. Thank you, Thorn.
Yeah. Transphobia and misogyny go hand in hand. Like the two things.
Yes.
Are the way that people attack with both, they're complicit in some nastiness. And I just don't have time for it anymore.
Yeah.
So like all of that to say, like, oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was just saying, I like that we can take kind of a fun, silly topic and tie it into some bigger issues, bigger picture things. Now, you go ahead.
Exactly that. Like, I think sometimes we take some things that are frivolous and fun and funny, but we can always, the more you know, a situation. And I just think that this is why it is so important to not spread rumors whenever you have the opportunity to not spread them. Like, it's one thing to like talk something through with a close friend or close friends, but the internet is unforgiving. Like these things, like think about this. A lot of this happened in the 90s, and these things are still available on the internet as celebrity rumors. The internet is unforgiving. It doesn't let go.
Yes, it remembers. The internet remembers.
So it's very important to just be careful about how you use your words, what you're saying, and make sure that whatever it is that you're saying, you have confirmation that it is true. And that is going to be it for tonight, because tomorrow in the afternoon, y'all, I'm going to be here in the afternoon and continuing Gothmas Live with Feffy.
What time? What time is that?
I haven't idea looking at now. I'll be able to tell you in a second.
Because it's fun, because I think
it's
my video
it's 1
going
p.m.
up tomorrow. Okay.
1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yay! I love Feffy. I will be on Feffy's Twitch on Monday. But also, my Grinchmas that goes up tomorrow is going up later in the day. It's going up around 6 p.m. So maybe I'll do a premiere.
Very special.
I don't know. It's a special one. It's a collaboration that I'm super excited about. I'm just gonna say so. I hope you'll be there. I hope y'all will show up. Maybe I will do a premiere. I don't know. I'm kind of inspired by Audra.
That'd be so exciting. Because y'all, I have appreciated each and every one of you in this.
Yes,
Emily will have a video going up 6 p.m. tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. with Feffy. We will be discussing, get yourselves ready, the problem with holiday rom-coms. All right. I love each and every one of you.
And we'll be back on Thursday with another fun collaboration.
Yes, we will be back, and $0. We'll be back on Emily's channel on Thursday. Cost $0 to be kind, and as you know, it's so good for yourself. soul. Because if you don't take care of it, Krampus is sure hell coming for yours. All right, until next time, XOXO, Gothic Girl. Bye.